The team needs a game to get it right at either 6 in the morning or 10 at night. Will it all be too much with a team full of Dutch and the EU goalie keeping it tight?
That fresh produce stand there, that's a beauty.
What do you listen to?
My favorite murder podcast.
Taggart and Torrance podcast.
The produce stand.
Fucking sexy.
You heard the man. It's the Produce Stand, your favorite source for everything in the universe. I'm out, your host, Tanya, Matt, and Victor on the mics, and tonight we're going to practice how we play.
Yeah, I'm from the east, I look my niggas from the west.
And just like Dola, we're feeling blessed tonight to introduce tonight's guest panelist from Western
Massachusetts.
He's an intensive care unit nurse, though his first degree is in aeronautical engineering. So yeah, a bit of an underachiever. He's a father of two, an avid Calvin and Hobbes fan, so much so, in fact, that his late pupper's name was Hobbes. And he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Please join me in making some noise for Charlie.
Who wants to set the tone, boys? Who's gonna fucking set it? Yeah! Whoa!
Let's get on the goal line. Yeah, on that goal line, I'm setting
it. This team will never lose again.
Welcome to the Produce Stand, Charlie. How are you now?
Oh, not so bad. You?
Good. Now, you've been on before for an ag haul, but this is your first time as a panelist. So I got to ask you the standard questions. First of all, you're speaking to us from, let me just say,
Massachusetts.
Where and how did you discover either Letterkenny or Shoresy? Which one came first?
Oh, Letterkenny came first.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be when Hulu acquired the rights.
Okay.
I don't remember any nefarious means of obtaining it, but yeah, then checked out the YouTube series and was automatically hooked with the wordplay, the speech. As a lover of dad jokes, I love alliteration and the alphabet aerobics. Perfect, chef's kiss.
Yeah, I have a feeling we might enjoy today's episode for a different reason, but a similar reason. And this podcast, when did you discover this podcast?
I think it came up on the Spotify recommendations years ago, and I always just kind of sat around. After Letterkenny season 12 ended, I'd lost all my friends watching my friends on Letterkenny, all the time, and then came for your interviews and stayed for the friendship that you all have here. You all became, the substitute Letterkenny friends.
I like that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. And I mean, you're here because you're a patron, so we appreciate your support and we appreciate you listening. And you're now caught up to the podcast. You've heard every single episode.
I am now caught up to the podcast. So my question to everyone else is, what do you do now?
Right.
Go back to listening music?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Victor's going to start his own Lego building podcast, I think.
It's exhausting.
I would watch that.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this rig rolling here. So tonight's lineup is going to be Tanya, Victor, Al, Matt, and our guest Charlie will have the last word. Tanya, how have you been?
I have been exhausted, I think would be the word. Happy St. Patrick's Eve. Just want to say, a happy St. Patrick's Eve. Yeah. That's coming up tomorrow. So exciting. I'm wearing my green a day early.
I'm wearing green too. And it's totally by accident.
Yeah, I could tell by that. Yeah. I could tell you it was by accident. It was a long week last week. I can't believe we made it through. We had our daughter was in theater and her shows were last week, and it was absolute back to back. Like
she had 6 shows in 3 days.
No, 2.
Yeah, 6 shows in 3 days.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 shows in 4 days. Sorry, my bad.
8. It was a lot. It was
what shows? Sorry,
she's in the theater, right? So they were doing a production of Oliver Twist, and so they every day starting last Wednesday, Tuesday, or whatever. They
rehearsals
did a morning show, evening show, evening show until Saturday. It was bananas.
It was.
Did it break her or did it make her? Like, is she like obsessed now or exhausted?
I think she enjoyed it, but she was definitely happy after the last show.
we all were.
I think we all were.
It was a lot.
If I have to watch another rendering
there
of
were days,
Oliver Twist, I don't know.
There were days that started where we were at the hospital in the morning getting your new cast,
right,
and then in the evening going to the theater and dropping off for sound check and rehearsals and dress rehearsals and it was really
and you
busy.
doing her hair because our daughter likes having long hair. Like I think her hero is what's that Disney character? Rapunzel. And so Tanya's got to have to put that into a bun.
It was
using a lot of hairpins, and it was an engineering marvel.
It was a busy week. Not like Victor's engineering there, which I cannot wait to hear all about.
Well, he's next. So.
So on top of all of that, in our spare time, well, actually on the weekend, after everything was said and done, our downtime was binging the One Piece live action,
right?
Which was phenomenal.
Our friend Cassie will be happy to know we're finished.
Yes,
season 2, and
it was super good.
Yeah, it was
really good. I had a lot of fun with that. And then in my spare time, because I had some, when I wasn't working till 1 o'clock in the morning, because I was trying to fit everything in and be a superwoman, I fit my bathroom renovation. I kicked it off yesterday, and I took out all my grout and scraped the crap out of it. And I have started.
You removed all the caulk.
The caulk has been removed. And now I just have, I have gashes.
Aiming for everywhere. Another Instagram reel here. So
I just have, I have a lot of gash.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. All right. Victor, how have you been?
No cock. I'm tired.
I don't know how you segue from there. Aeronautical engineering.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's, how about that?
Oh yeah.
I thought for those that can see, I don't know, can anybody see that's live, or they can
only the live stream people can see? Yeah, they're actually already commenting on your background.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I thought, as a little treat for those that can see, there's a little picture of the progress I've made so far. It's probably like maybe 15% of the way there.
It looks like one wing is shorter than the other. I mean, that could be a perspective thing, but
I want to know the measurements.
I don't know. It's like a meter from wing to wing.
A meter? Okay.
From tip to tip. Like,
is that a floor? Is it on the floor, like on carpet? Is that what's sitting?
Yeah, that's behind me right now.
So you've been putting yourself into some yoga positions to get down on the floor 100%.
There.
Do you sit on your knees, cross-legged? What's sort of the Victor
Walk us through that. What's
your process?
Hitchcock.
On all fours.
Yeah.
Kind of
the Hitchcock, yeah.
Kind of doing the cat cow.
You do it like that, do you?
It's the only way.
Uh-huh.
Well, the thing is, like, it's super heavy. So as the more you add, the heavier it gets. The wings are completely free flowing. And the thing is, like, the landing gear right now is retracted, so it's inside the fuselage. And when I put the engines on, it can't really lie in the engines, right? Because they're a little fragile. So I'm gonna have to have the wheels tracted.
Mm-hmm. The opposite of retracted.
Extended?
Like proper
wheels down.
Wheels down. Engaged.
So yeah,
don't embarrass yourself in front of an aeronautical engineer there, Victor.
That's right.
You can correct him at any time, Charlie. Yeah. I love when people correct him.
Yes.
I was going to go with erected wheels.
Yeah, there we go.
Shafted.
Yes.
There's so many penis jokes there.
Unlike Al, who's been decocked, I believe.
I have not been decocked. My bathroom has. Fuck you, Victor.
Anyway, so, that's been keeping me busy. I don't
Victor,
think I've been.
When you finish that project,
yes.
Where are you going to put that? Where are you going to put that?
That's a tomorrow Victor's problem. I'm not concerned. Yeah, exactly.
Can you suspend it from the ceiling?
It's not going to fit through a doorway or anything. Like what?
Suspend it.
No. And actually, the wings are locked in.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way those guys are not coming out. So I'm hoping that this part, as I continue building from the front and from the back, I think this piece can be detached like fairly easily. So so when it's time to take it apart, this whole piece is going to be its own piece.
One small request though, Victor, like after this episode, you need to like plank beside that and get Linda to take a photo of you
so we can see
scale. We need to see scale.
So if you look right at the top of the picture, you'll see some running shoes.
Okay.
So that will give you an idea of how big.
No, I want to see you laying.
So I think you should restart the whole thing right now and start super gluing that bad boy, and then you can stick it up in the air and like suspend it on some fishing wire, and then you got yourself
no. And by the way, gluing it as you go is impossible because there's a lot of backtracking that you have to do. Because this is not a professional Lego set. The instructions are sometimes not right. so and there's a lot of improvisation that has to happen with it. So it's quite challenging. I'm really enjoying it, but it's probably going to
technically sound.
It's gonna take me a couple of months probably to finish, considering I have to go on a vacation in a few weeks.
So is this like IKEA where they're gonna throw in some extra bits and bobs, and you have to figure out if they were necessary?
Yeah, you hope that you get to the end with all the pieces. The thing is, when you get to the end and you realize you're missing something here, you could just order those individually. That's fine. That's not gonna be a problem. It's not like when you're doing a puzzle and you have a piece missing, you can't order that from anywhere. You're kind of screwed. With these Lego pieces, you're good to go.
I gotta get a hold of Linda. April Fool's is coming up. I got some ideas.
Can you
I got some ideas.
just keep it in your pants. Settle down. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, before we get going though, I forgot to hit record on the Zoom, so I'm going to do that right now.
Recording in progress.
Don't worry, I have recorded everything up until now on audio. I just want to record Zoom in case there are any clips.
Anything else funny that happens?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have to re-talk about cock there. Tim.
Yeah, no, we won't have to do that. We've reached our cock limit. My week.
Caulking.
So, my week, my arm is feeling much better. Now I'm just to the point where I'm shoving everything I can up there to scratch.
You got knuckles.
And my knuckles are, I can.
And a little bit of
I've got
thumb.
full range because they put it on a new cast and it's lighter and it's
almost like you're a human.
Yeah, almost. I feel like a lobster still though with pincers. Other than that, I've been, working from home. I've been very excited about the news about new Firefly coming out. Little disappointed it's going to be live action, but still happy that there's going to be new stories. It's going to be animated, and Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk have been teasing this for the last month, I think, on their podcast. So I think they made it official today. New Firefly coming out, animated series. Not sure what streaming service is going to be on, but I can't wait. I'm hoping it's going to.
When is it slated to come out?
I don't know. They just announced it, so they probably haven't even started producing yet. But I'm looking forward to that. I made the mistake of starting The Pit before it actually finished, so I've already caught up, which I'm so upset with because it's so freaking good. But man, a show like that should be bingeable, and unfortunately, they're releasing it week to week. So now I got to wait another 6 weeks or whatever for the rest.
Now that I have some downtime, extra downtime, maybe I can watch it with you.
You couldn't watch it the first time. It triggered you.
Oh, The Pit. Oh, that one. Sorry, I was thinking the other one.
No, you can't watch.
You're watching a lot of hospital ones right now. What's the other one?
Scrubs. Yeah, you can watch Scrubs.
I can watch Scrubs.
Yeah, I've been kind of going back on that.
Yeah, hospital stuff has triggered me since COVID. I don't know.
So anyway, so a lot of my week's been kind of just working and watching, going back and watching old Firefly and catching up on The Pit. Matt, how have you been?
I've been okay. It's been a week. I know you asked something about the bathroom before.
Yes, we want to know the bathroom saga.
It's a mess.
Maybe give a quick update on what's going on, because if you're not on the Discord, you don't know what was going on.
Yeah. So some quick context. I think I mentioned last week I've been trying to fix up my bathroom, and I also got some real karma out of this. So I'll get to that. But there was a couple of I thought I was pretty much done. There was a couple patches where the paint had come off the wall. And I'm like on not on the tiles that I was painting, but the rest of the wall, and it was gray. So I went in our basement. Of course, we got like 12 different shades of gray. And I find the one which I believed to be the correct paint. And then I started patching those patches. Of course, as soon as it dried, you quickly realize that was not the fucking right gray. And actually, Jen told me to leave it alone altogether, but I went and did this. So now I had two options. One, I leave the patches that I've now added to the wall, or I continue to paint the wall this new shade. But I didn't want to do the whole bathroom because that would have been a waste of my time. So I just did 2 of the 4 walls. And the shades were fairly close. And then I just rolled the dice and hoped that no one would notice. I went about 2.5 days.
But then posted about it on Discord.
Well, yeah, but she's not on Discord, right? I needed to share my pain and my struggle with the world. So then fast forward a day, nothing's happened. She's gone in, she's used it, she's showered, nothing. I'm like, I'm in the clear. This is fantastic. And then we happen to be in it at the same time. And my dumbass didn't tape properly or at all. Let me just be honest. I didn't tape at all. And I hit the gray on the ceiling a couple times and I hadn't gone back and corrected that yet. So she saw that and then said, wait, why didn't you tape? Wait. And then she looked again and she's like, the fuck? Then she looked around the room. She's like, oh my God, it's a whole different fucking color. I'm like, damn it. And I was busted right on the spot. I tried to play it off, but she just looked at me like, are you fucking kidding me?
You didn't even,
what do I want to do?
You didn't even try my suggestion of telling her it's an accent wall. I mean, come on.
That the sun is hitting it a different.
Well, yeah, we gave him all sorts of suggestions, and he didn't go with any of them. He panicked.
It panicked and it fell apart immediately. And then I basically was just like, yeah, I don't know. I figured it's better to not leave patches, but my karma, which I had a really rough day Saturday when I realized this, because basically everything I've done in that bathroom has unraveled.
No.
Yeah. So I've actually, at this point, it's 10 times worse than where I originally started from, because what we were doing, it was old tiles that were painted over. And I'd done my research. I spoke to Home Depot. I spoke to some experts. They all told me how to repaint tile in a bathroom. I swear I followed every goddamn step that was given to me. You know, I peeled off the old shit. I prepped the wall. I cleaned it. I put this primer shit on it, put like 4 coats of this paint, let it sit for like 3 days. Fast forward to about a week later, and everyone's doing the showers and all the paint's peeling off the wall again. And I'm like, so I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, I'm done. This is our bathroom. It sucks. So we are planning on redoing the bathroom. That was always the plan. This was just supposed to be a temporary fix. So I think that's probably going to come a little sooner than later, because I've tried this twice now and it's just keeps getting worse. So even the caulk came off from which I didn't even know that could happen, but it didn't even adhere to the bathtub correctly. So
did you not let it dry in time?
Oh yeah.
What were your mistakes? You have to tell me so that I don't do them.
This is the point. I don't know. Normally I can be like, I should have done this different. I actually don't know this time. It just, it didn't work. And I'm sure there's people listening going, yeah, you couldn't have done that. I get it. I tried everything. It didn't work, but so it was a mess. On a brighter note, not a brighter note. Tomorrow I'm fingers crossed going to a Leafs game.
Oh, fun.
Which probably won't actually happen because I have to win the tickets, but I went out with some friends Saturday night, because I'm going to change the tone here a bit. Went out with some friends Saturday night to this bar on St. Clair. And when we got there, they said, every beer I drink, I get a ballot for a free ticket giveaway for Tuesday's game. And I'm like, well, my son loves the Leafs. Give me beer. And I drank more than I probably should have that night, but I've got a lot of ballots in there.
So
and even
when the mission is to drink as much beer as possible, you're up to the task.
I'm in. Even the people we're with, they don't live in town. So every ballot, I was encouraging a lot of reckless drinking that night. So they were all giving me their ballots. I think I wrote my phone number wrong a couple times. Actually, I caught myself doing that. And like, that's not your number. Yeah, it was a mess. Either way, I'm hoping to get a call tomorrow morning and say I won tickets. So next week, find out. Stay tuned. I might go to a Leafs game.
Casey in the live stream says, just drinking beers like us. Like Shoresy would say. Drinking beers. Charlie, how are you doing, bud?
I'm hanging in there. A pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So you're an ICU nurse. That's pretty intense stuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. Time has no meaning after the last 5 years. So, 9:30 Eastern, England time, Australian time. Tell me about it.
That's crazy.
That's a high stress job.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Can confirm.
Well, what made you go to that route after getting your aeronautical engineering degree?
Oh, I didn't want to get stuck behind computers, just, figuring out tolerances of threads of screws.
Right.
Fair enough.
And doing all that math.
Mm-hmm.
And had a side gig being a paramedic to pay the rent bills on the side, and kind of parlayed that to an indoor with benefits career.
All right.
Right.
I guess you always have work, right?
I love it.
So do you have a twisted humor kind of, do you have dark humor or what does a nurse or an ICU person, what kind of personality trait is that?
Oh yeah, it's dark humor.
Dark humor?
But you mix that in with the engineering, and you get like truth humor. Telling the kids and the people exactly how it is, and then them being like, "What? You can't say that." Yeah, just did.
So needless to say, there's no belief in Santa in your household.
We encouraged the scientific method. What's the hypothesis?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to test it?
Mm-hmm.
So we're also big in art in the household too. So, what's the story that we're telling here?
Right.
Okay.
Very cool.
I love it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and let's get this rig rolling. Let's move on to our recap.
Previously.
Last week, we covered episode 3, Shoresy 5, winning culture. That episode got a fresh rating from Matt and a clearance from the rest of the panel, including our guest Dave. This week, we cover episode 4, Shoresy 5, practice how you play. Tanya, are you ready?
Yes.
Victor, are you ready?
Lift off.
I'm ready. Matt, are you ready?
Let's get on to go, boys.
And Charlie, are you ready?
Une fois.
All
Get
right.
you fucking going. Yeah.
Let's get on the go, boys.
We open with a Nick interviewing EU coach Teppo Mackey about their successful North American hockey tour. Nick starts by welcoming him to Sudbury and asking about his impression of Northern Ontario. Mackey comments on the fentanyl problem, then brings up the fact that their bus was broken into twice as a highlight. And Nick responds saying the city's not without its charm. Mackey responds by saying, well, it can't be any worse than Edmonton, which gets a no comment from a Nick. And the conversation finally turns to hockey.
You've just concluded your North American run. How would you describe it?
Fun.
Fair. Your team was the perfect 8-0, outscoring your opponents 71-9 along the way. That was a statement.
So was that.
What's been the key to your success here?
You don't get hit.
Wow, you've got a big team.
That has had muttered. I thought it would be advantageous to bring big men who could withstand punishment, but I could have done this with little girls.
Now that is a statement.
It's certain that girls would bring more emotion to the game than our opponents here. Broad.
Okay, last question. What made you decide to extend the tour an extra game with the No-Show North Stars?
The promise of a challenge.
By General Manager Nat, I'm assuming.
I don't know her name.
That tracks.
We gain nothing if we return home untested. I want at least one really good battle for my men, one really good fight.
Careful what you wish for. I've been following the Northern Ontario Senior Hockey Organization for quite some time now, and they battle here.
Yeah?
They fight.
We are not scared of them.
Hear that, Shoresy? They're not scared of you.
Cut to a quick montage set to the song Eden by Jules featuring Fussy. We're in a strip club dressing room. A couple of dancers are at a mirror applying makeup. The camera then follows one of them down the hallway and out into the club towards the stage, where 2 other dancers are already performing. The camera then slowly tracks along the stage behind patrons sitting in Pervert's Row towards the far end and reveals 3 EU players taking in the show. A dancer approaches one of them for a lap dance. He turns and stands, revealing he's a good head and a half taller than the dancer, and we cut to the title card. That is the cold open. Dan, you're up first. What did you think of that cold open?
Okay. Honestly, I had a hard time understanding the guy. Mackey?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah, I had a hard time understanding, and I kind of had to go through it, I think, twice, and then put subtitles and try to read it because I was not catching some of what was being said. When I finally did catch what was being said, his insults and comments about Sudbury and the bus being broken into and stuff like that. it's kind of hitting close to reality for what happens up in Sudbury. And then the strip club again. Like we're just there last episode, and we're there again now. And honestly, when we were there this time, and the stripper was walking down to the stage or to the lounge area, I was wondering, what's the purpose of this? Why are we here again? And why does it keep on coming back to the strip club? And then I was thinking, I think Kiso really likes the ladies at this point.
Well,
like, why continue writing in the same thing? And then
I have a theory about that, but yes.
Okay. And then the EU in Perverts Row there, I was like, okay, it's coming into clear that they're at the club. But then I thought when the EU guy stood up and that he was so much taller than the lady, I was like, that doesn't really mean much, because the girl could be short. Like if he was beside somebody that we had a reference to,
right, yeah,
then I would be like, oh wow, he's really tall because he's taller than Dolo. But he was paired up with a dancer that I was like, well, yeah, what's that really? Is he tall? I guess he is. That was my thing.
Victor, what did you think of this cold open?
From the Letterkenny Shoresy universe, this might be the worst cold open of all time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and like
even worse than Ants on Sea-Doos. And I say that knowing that
I love that one. What are you talking about?
What? Okay. Now I know Ants on. I say that because I know it's a favorite for most people. But Victor, you hated that cold open.
I don't know if I hated it. I don't know. Now looking back,
the replay. You should have had the replay.
I know, right? I should have.
Yeah,
had the replay.
I don't know. I would challenge you on that one, but because there's many cold opens I feel I liked less than that one. Basically there's two parts to this cold open, and Tanya hit all the elements here. So, my computer is about to start.
Oh no,
we should be good for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Thanks for coming over, Victor. Great seeing you, bud.
Plug it in.
So the first part, the Tanya hit everything. Like you couldn't understand anything this guy was saying, and because he was a low talker, except when he wasn't, and when he was a low talker, because he had such a thick accent, you had no idea what he said. You have to have the subtitles on.
Sure.
So that's to me, that's a bit of a fail. Like somebody needed to have said something. You know what I mean? And then the second part, again, just everything that Tanya said, like too much focus. Like, fine, you were in you some reason you were in I don't know why we're in a strip bar again, but we are. Whatever. Can't wait to hear your theory, Al. But too long on the strippers. Too long. Like, what are we doing here? It doesn't make any sense. And yes, we all like nice looking ladies, but not strippers. Nice looking ladies. They don't have to be strippers. They could
strippers are people too, Victor.
Yeah. Anyway. So too much focus on the strippers. And then at the end, they're trying, I don't know if the message is, oh, look at these Euros. They're here and they're at the strip joint in Perverts Row. Well, guess who was also there in last episode, right? So that doesn't mean anything. And then when the guy stands up, that doesn't mean anything. So, you've got a 5-foot stripper. Who cares? Whatever. Anyway, like none of it meant anything. None of it was needed to exist. There could have been, that space could have been filled with something a lot more interesting. Anyway, there you go. That's what I said. And now I might have to restart.
If we lose you, I'll let you back in. I promise. So it wasn't, it's not funny. It's not a funny cold open. It wasn't meant to be. It's meant to I guess, push the story forward. The interview portion of it, I'm talking about. It's fine. You're right. He's a low talker. It was kind of hard to understand what he was saying. My theory on why we're spending so much time in the Coulson but specifically in the strip joint, I think Sudbury right now is going through a big kind of change downtown. I bet you they didn't have the access to the arena that they usually have, because even like we talk about the lack of hockey scenes that we've had up until this episode, there's been very little hockey, right? I don't think they had the same access to the arena, because I believe the arena is set to be like replaced, right? So maybe they didn't have that access and they had to find other places to shoot and base a lot of their story from. And this season seems to be the Colson, and the Colson is a bar with a strip club attached. And I'm guessing that's probably why they're doing that. But in terms of, this cold open, you're right, Victor, it was a very forgettable cold open, not funny at all. Did it push the story forward a bit? Maybe the first half did, if you understood what he was saying. Second half didn't do much to do anything. Matt?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot more to say. You know, the one thing funny, every time I see Teppo Mackey, or was it Patrick Garrow that plays Mackey, I got no issue. It's kind of what I picture for a European coach. But in my head, as I'm watching it, I'm always picturing Coach Wolf Stanson from like Mighty Ducks 2, bringing gag, like, was it Karsten Norgard? Like, that's who. I almost wish like that could have been a real cool thing. They brought him in to be the coach of the EU. Almost like a redemption tour would have been something wild, but that's just me fan fiction a bit. But yeah, aside from that, nothing great there. The only thing I'll add to your theory on the Colson is just, with the story, whether the less access to the arena caused the story to go that way, or the story went that way and they're just doing that, it almost feels like their new headquarters, right? So it's like, we need a home base.
Yeah, but in the past they might have done those scenes at the Laughing Buddha or other.
But there's a
Little Montreal.
There's a much bigger group of them now. So the Colson feels like they can spread them out a bit more because there is two sides. They can play with the space a bit more. I don't know.
I would have almost liked that better. And that's a good point that you just made, Matt. Like, it would have been better if they had made the strip club part of the storyline and said that that's where their meetings are going to be, or that's where Nat's office is going to be.
They could have turned it into a character almost, but it's just kind of a background. And I agree, this usage of it in this opening meant nothing. It wasn't until like I didn't even realize it was the EU at first, even though it said EU on their back. I was like, what's going on? Like, I was looking for any of the Bulldogs, and I'm like,
Bulldogs,
oh wait, EU. Who is? I don't even know who these people are yet.
Sure.
I don't know.
And I don't think their shirts at the beginning of the row, I don't think it had
just the last couple guys.
It was just the last couple guys. Yeah.
Yeah, in the live stream they're saying they could have done a townhouse. They could have done it on any place, but also to Casey's point in the live stream, Colson did have a fire and they just recently kind of reopened it and stuff like that. So maybe they were giving some love to the Colson, which, they like doing. I do find, though, it is interesting. There's a little bit of a tonal shift in terms of their representation of Sudbury this season. Up until now, Sudbury's like Sud Vegas. It's like the most exciting place, even though, the locals here know that it's not really, but whatever. We like to it's where all the TV shows are made, but now they're allowing the city to show a little bit of its warts, and it does have warts. Like any city that size in Canada is going to have issues, right? And they're showing it a bit in this episode.
Yeah.
Charlie, what did you think of that cold open?
Yeah, first of all, fuck you, Matt. I throw that in there. Stealing the Mighty Ducks reference.
Oh,
I mean, this Tempo Mackey character is, he's not intimidating at all. Just because you have long hair and talking an accent, you're intimidating. I thought Mighty Ducks, the Icelandic coach.
I saw your arms go up there, Charlie.
Edit, Al, you have to edit these around. So he goes first and then I go out.
Oh, okay. Because me, I love editing.
Yeah, right. And, I always appreciate how hard it is to read Victor, what exactly he's feeling. That's what I appreciate about him. But I'm on that same page. Like, this has to be the worst official cold open in the entire universe.
Well done.
Why are we dumping on little girls and women having emotion? Like, come on, Jared. Or writers. He's credited with the main writing credit this episode. Jared is. So he does better with representing women. Why are we, completely getting away from that? I have questions about that. And then the EU players, the three players there with their jackets on inside, they're not even like a nice blue color, I guess they really like them. But, standing up, we don't have Victor planking next to the airplane or planking next to the EU players here. So, scale. What's the scale? They're big mammals, but they're not shredded. They're not ripped.
Yeah.
Why am I scared? This boogeyman that they're making the EU out to be. I don't know. If in Jared we trust, then hopefully something dynamite is coming down the pipeline, because I'm not seeing the evidence there.
All right. Let's move on to scene number 1. Jill is in Nat's office breaking some bad news to Nat and management. The only ice time they can get to prepare for their game against the EU is 6 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night. Jill reminded them that she had warned them when the no-show folded, they'd lose their ice time and that it would be really hard to get it back. The arena is a community center. They house major hockey, semi-pro basketball. They just took on an entire church league, the one that plays like a bunch of psychos. They even have musical touring acts that they just can't bump.
Like who?
April Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne?
April. It's a tribute act.
National champs, and now we're backseat to cover bands.
I want to do a warm-up game against the Appledorns. Is 6 o'clock in the morning the only option for that too? Or 10 o'clock at night?
Next scene, Shoresy at work reffing. Liam and Corey are giving him their usual crap. This time it's about their chances against the EU, or lack thereof.
Heard the EU's game plan. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Stick it straight up Shoresy's bum.
EU outscored opponents 71-9, but here come the no-show North Stars. Woo! Woo!
You're just old as fuck, eh?
Gonna get us kicked out of NATO for not contributing anything on defense.
What's up later? Put on a ball game, fall asleep in the recliner?
Anything concerning come up in your blood work or what?
Get into any good soups lately?
Let's loosen that up a bit, bud. I know circulation's a problem at your age.
You a biscuit or a chowder guy?
Want me to show you how to enlarge the font size on your phone, you old fart?
Shoresy just stands there, takes the abuse until he can't take it any longer, and then buckle in because he fires back.
Oh, I'm old. What? I didn't want to tell you this, Cor. I knew your mom was old, but did you know that she lost her virginity at the Calgary Olympics? Fuck you, Shoresy. Which is crazy, because Liam's mom lost hers to a loser in Lillehammer.
Fuck you, Shoresy.
Fuck you, Liam. Your mom calls me daddy so much, I feel like I should be taking you out to the yard to throw the old pigskin around.
Fuck you.
Don't talk to your father like that. Fuck you, Shoresy. Uh-oh, smells like your mom washed your jersey with her bed sheets.
Fuck you, Shoresy.
Fuck your mom on your 101 Dalmatians bed sheets last night, Liam.
Fuck you.
Yeah, she was Dalmatian 102. Fuck you, Shoresy. Fuck you, Corey. I bench pressed your mom 40 reps. Now she wants me to do it all the time. I'm like, leave me alone. My ice cream's melting.
Fuck you.
Your mom says, come to the bedroom. I'm horny. I go in there. She's eating sunflower seed. Fuck you, Shoresy. Fuck you, Corey. I get it. Your mom loves body shots, but not at Chuck E. Cheese. Like, have some decorum.
Fuck you, Shoresy.
Fuck you, Liam. I told your mom Corey's mom could open a pop-off with her teeth, so she learned how to open a twist-off with her twat. Fuck you, Shoresy. Fuck you, Corey. Your mom sticks so many toys up her ass, I call her Anal Fisher Price. Hey, Liam, can you give your mom her heartworm medication for me, but make sure you wrap it in a treat or she'll spit it right back out?
Hope the EU kills you guys.
I didn't want to tell you this, Liam, but I just found out your mom's got more kills than me.
Fuck you.
Anal Fisher Price.
Oh, come on. That one's my favorite.
That was so good.
It's one of the greatest lines.
She has so much toys up her ass.
I call her Anal Fisher Price. Scene 4, Shoresy in Nat's office. She warns him that she's not having a good day. Tomorrow night, they'll play a warm-up game against the Appledorns. Shoresy notes that there are only 8 Appledorns. Meeg assures him there are 16 on the roster.
Well, then what big Dutch farm boys they bring into the burr? Blankenbiller?
No.
Bumpenhauer?
No.
De Barneladen?
No.
Schoengertner?
No.
Van Zandermeulen?
No.
De Rentmeester?
No.
Ben Schoten?
No.
Well, then they must be bringing Solon Bergerstad.
Why do you care?
Because I'm the fucking coach, idiot.
You're not the coach until you actually coach, idiot.
Fuck you, Z, you fucking ovulator.
None of those guys are on the list.
Well, then who are they bringing?
Birkenbosch.
No.
Vandenhyde.
No.
Newlandbelt.
No.
Barsma.
No.
Engelbright.
No.
Neuenkamp.
No.
Westheisen.
No.
Van Amersfoort.
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because those are the smallest Dutchmen in the north. We need big fucking tree-like Dutchmen if we're going to be ready for the fucking redwoods on the EU.
Then who, slut?
Buchanan'sburg,
Yep.
Marschalker-Weird,
Yep.
Folkbinder,
Yep.
Donkervoort,
Yep.
Stam Snyder,
Yep.
Prince and Gearleg,
Yep.
Swell and Grebel,
Yep.
and Heemskirk.
Done.
Who they got net?
Boomsma.
See if you can get Jonker.
Deal if you don't wear the tracksuit.
Shoresy agrees to not wear the tracksuit. Nat asks Shoresy to get the boys gelling, but to have plenty left in the tank for the EU. Shoresy agrees. Nat tries to dismiss Shoresy with a quick notice that the game starts at 10 p.m. sharp, but this gives Shoresy pause.
What are you talking about?
She said that'll be all, slut.
Game starts at 10 p.m.?
Yeah.
What fucking hockey game that isn't Div 22 Beer League starts at 10 p.m.
The no-show versus the Appledorns and then the EU. Are you fucking deaf?
Nat?
I told you I wasn't having a good day.
Why isn't the game starting till 10 p.m.?
Because that's all the city would give us.
That's all the city would give us? 10 o'clock at night?
Or 6 o'clock in the morning.
We've been here for like 50 years.
When the no-show folded.
Set league records.
This is a community center.
We just won the country here.
It's not just the other sports teams, it's a whole rigmarole.
And now we can't get a 7:30 start on a Sudbury Saturday night?
There's musical acts they just can't bump.
Like who?
April Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne?
April. It's a tribute act.
I love that. Shoresy actually sounds impressed when he says Avril Lavigne, and then when he finds out it's a tribute act, it's anyway. An utterly dejected Shoresy walks slowly out of Nat's office with his head down in disbelief. You can kind of hear the Charlie Brown music as he's walking out. Scene 5, cut to an episode of the Sudbury Kids Report. Jory Jordan, and today he's interviewing 3 players from the EU All-Stars: Carl Cederstrom, Gabo Rizika, and Aki Hako Jury or whatever. Hakorju. Anyway, production note. Cederstrom. Yeah. Cederstrom is played by Scott Darling, a former American pro hockey goaltender. He was the 6th pick by the Phoenix Coyotes and played 5 seasons in the NHL for the Chicago Blackhawks. Rizika is played by Quinn Swallow. Quinn Sallows. Sallows, not swallows. Sallows.
Well, you don't know that.
Stop. A former Canadian junior hockey player, now a chiropodist, foot specialist at the Wasaga Family Foot and Orthotic Clinic in Wasaga Beach. And Hako Juru is played by Grant Holiday, a former Canadian hockey player turned hockey instructor. This is all continuing Kiso's tradition of hiring hockey players first. But I didn't know that Cederstrom was. I remember Scott Darling when he played for Chicago. He played quite a few games there, so impressive. Anyway, next scene. Oh wait, I missed a clip here. Did I? Let's see. What's this clip?
A Swede, a Finn, and a Slavic walk into a bar. And they're glad it's not a restaurant because the food over there sucks. Carl, you're an NHL drafted Swedish goalie with an Olympic gold medal. You're battle tested in high pressure situations. How does it feel playing in Sudbury, Ontario with nothing on the line whatsoever?
Yeah, thank you.
You're from Stockholm, a place famous for the syndrome that keeps victims attached to their captors. How's your wife, by the way?
Yeah.
Let's go to Gabo. Slovakia is known for churning out lumbering defensemen like Zdeno Chara and Eric Chernak. You're a towering blue liner yourself. Describe for me the sense of pride that brings you in a country otherwise known for nothing at all.
Yes.
Slovakia borders Czechia and Slovenia. Tell me, which one's home to Count Chocula? And finally, Aki, how are you? Aki, hey, how are you? Happy, are you? Aki, Finland's famous for its saunas and infamous for its alcoholism. Tell me, what generation boozebag are you? We got a fan question from all the way in Gothenburg. Anders Forsling asks, how many Finnish lagers does it take to accept Sweden's dominance over you? Last question here, guys, and we'll get you guys on your way. The no-show North Stars will first face off against the 8 Appledorn brothers from Timmins. Will you tune in to see the result of generations and generations of inbreeding, or do you see enough of that at home? I'm Jory Jordan with the Sudbury Kids Sport Report Europa edition, reminding you that Nordic is just a letter or 2 away from no dick.
Scene 6 at the Colson. The sluts are having beers and complaining to each other about their crappy ice time situation. Hitch has never heard nothing so bad as that. They don't go their regular time and they don't go their regular room after doing so good as what they'd done. Shoresy just sits there quietly drinking. He's watching Melody on the dance floor with Loic, the basketball player. Melody whispers something to Loic, who smiles and walks away, leaving her on the dance floor alone. Loic goes into the men's room. Shoresy follows him in. But instead of seeing Loic at the urinal, he's just standing by a stall, checking his phone.
What?
You're not pissing.
Why are you mad, bro?
So I was gonna come up behind you and bash your head off the wall.
While I was pissing.
Yeah, it's called a potty kiss.
That's psycho, dude.
Well, that's what I have to do to win fights. Fight dirty.
You want to fight me?
Guess I have to now.
Let's go outside.
Oh, let's stay in here.
You want to fight in the bathroom?
Yeah, less room for you to use your reach, less people to see me get pumped.
Melody walks into the men's room, interrupting them. Shoresy tries to dismiss her, but Loic asks her to stay. Melody tells him she's not banging him with someone else there. Loic informs Melody that Shoresy wants to fight him.
You want to fight him?
Well, it's not gonna be much of a fight. He's a fucking giraffe.
Why?
So I want our dressing room back.
If you win the fight, you get your dressing room back.
I'm not gonna win the fight. He's a fucking brontosaurus.
You want the room?
The room, like it's not our fucking room.
Come to a game.
What game?
Our game.
What?
Sudbury 5.
You're called the Sudbury Five?
Yeah.
Hold on.
What?
The Sudbury Five sounds like what a newspaper would call like some fucking killers awaiting trial.
No, it doesn't.
It does a bit.
Sudbury Five sounds like some fucking bodies pulled from a lake.
Look, we haven't won anything yet. People here don't care about us.
Well, one does by the looks of it.
But you guys have won. People know you. People love you. If they see you out supporting us, they'll care.
Good deal, Shoresy.
I'll ask Santiago and Jorge to give the room a good once-over before you go in.
You mean Santiago and George?
It's Jorge.
Well, I thought it was like George, but spelled with a J.
You're an idiot.
Shoresy considers the offer. He's impressed that Loic knows their names. Loic tells Shoresy he's trying to build a winning culture. Shoresy's heard enough. He agrees and the two shake on the deal. Scene 7, Shoresy's back in Nat's office telling her the good news. They got the room back. Nat congratulates Shoresy in a very patronizing tone. Shoresy asks her why. Because the game will no longer be played at 10 p.m. There aren't enough players for that time. The only other option is 6 a.m.
The Appledorns can't make a 10 p.m. game.
The Appledorns can, it's the other guys.
Holy fuck!
You wanted to Kinnensberg, Marshacker, Weird, Boakbinder, Donkervoort, Stamsider, Prince and Gearlig, Swelling, Grebel, and Heemskirk.
Yeah?
Then it's 6 a.m.
I don't want to play at 6 a.m.
Then he shouldn't have said no to Birkenbosch, Vandenheide, Muhlenbelt, Barsma, Engelbright, Nieuwenkamp, Westhuizen, and Ben Amsvoort.
What about the usual guys?
Who?
Blankenbiller, Klumpenhauer, de Barteladen, Schoengardner, Van Zandermeulen, de Renmeester, Van Ben, Schoten, and Sollenbergerstad.
They couldn't play at 10 p.m. or 6 a.m.
So it's fucking 6 a.m.
If you want to Kinnensberg, Marshacker, Weird, Boakbinder, Donkervoort, Stamsnyder, Prince and Gearlig, Swelling, Grebel, and Heemskirk.
No one wants to play at 6 a.m.
Well, then he shouldn't have said no to Birkenbosch, Vandenheide, Muhlenbelt, Barsma, Engelbright, Nieuwenkamp, Westhuizen, and Ben Amsvoort.
And you're sure you can't get the other guy?
The other guys as in the usual guys?
Blankenbiller, Klumpenhauer, de Barteladen, Schoengardner, Van Zandermeulen, de Renmeester, Van Ben, Schoten, and Sollenbergerstad.
You said Birkenbosch, Vandenheide, Muhlenbelt, Barsma, Engelbright, Nieuwenkamp, Westhuizen, and Van Amelvoort were too small.
Yeah?
You asked for bigger guys. Dukinnensberg, Marshacker, Weird, Boakbinder, Donkervoort, Stamsnyder, Prince and Gearlig, Swelling, Grebel, and Heemskirk.
Yeah?
If that's who you want.
Yeah, if we can't get Blankenbiller, Klumpenhauer, de Barteladen, Schoengardner, Van Zandermeulen, de Renmeester, Van Ben, Schoten, and Sollenbergerstad.
We can't.
See you at 6 a.m.
I just have to say this about this scene here. Bravo. The faster they went, the more impressive it was. Anyway, move on. Scene 7, Shoresy. Wait, am I in scene 7? No, I'm not. Scene 8, Shoresy in Laura Moore's bedroom, in her bed, in his underwear, not socks, but inexplicably still wearing his Bulldog sweatshirt. Laura's in the bathroom getting ready for bed and on the phone with her son, Ben, within earshot of Shoresy. Ben's father's working late and Laura's saying goodnight to her son. Shoresy also calls out goodnight, calling Ben a big boy. Ben says goodnight to Shoresy as well.
So they gave away your dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
They gave away your ice times.
Yep.
But Nat still gets to keep her office? How do you figure?
Because broads get whatever they want these days. Don't you read the news?
She'd ended the stick for Jill in all this. She had to come in and say, so your league folded. Well, get the fuck out of here.
Someone had to break it to us.
She's pretty hot, eh?
What do you want to do about it?
That rink isn't even going to be there that much longer. Ever think about that?
Don't be a bully.
Life goes on.
Just didn't think they'd forget about us as fast.
Well, you better get over it. You got a game to play in like 5 hours.
Laura, now in bed beside Shoresy, asks him if he wants to get under the covers. Shoresy turns his head away and acts all bashful. He doesn't think he can tonight. He's just not in the mood. He's got a lot on his mind, you know. Shoresy can't finish the line without cracking a smile. He feels so ugly right now. Laura starts to giggle. Next scene, scene 9, cut to a quick montage of Sudbury set to the song Scenario by A Tribe Called Quest. It's so early in the morning, it looks like it's still nighttime. Shoresy and Mo walk the halls of the Sudbury Community Arena wearing their light blue tracksuits.
You're serious about that tracksuit, eh?
A serious tracksuit.
I said not to wear it, and you said...
Different tracksuit.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. It's lighter.
That's a viscous blue.
This is a dark celeste.
You think?
And the last one was a robin's egg blue.
It's a bleu de France.
Wow.
Looks more like Laguna Teal to me.
Is everybody here?
Everyone except Delaney.
Huh?
Delaney shows up with a couple of strippers. It's clear he hasn't been to bed yet, and he smells like a distillery. Shoresy reprimands him for being late. Mo reminds Shoresy that playing guilty can be a performance enhancer. Nat begs Delaney to say goodbye to his friends and to get dressed for the game. Only one problem. He still owes them $80, and they have to stay with him until he's paid them. Nat's about to give Delaney the money, but Shoresy stops her. He's not going to learn anything if she just gives him the money. Shoresy offers Delaney $80 if he can score a goal in the game. Until then, the girls will have to stay with him. Delaney heads to the dressing room with the two strippers. Zieg shows up with more bad news. The Appledorns don't have a goalie. Jonker couldn't get out of chores. She tried everyone, and no one picked up because it's 5 a.m. Nat suggests that their backup play for the other team. Shoresy says he's too small. They need someone big like the EU goalie because more sads, you should practice how you play. Just then, Mackie and 3 players from the EU team walk into the arena to watch the game. One of them is Cedarstrom, their goalie. Mo convinces Shoresy to ask Cedarstrom to play for the Appledorns. The brothers run over to the EU players, and after a few forced introductions, they get down to business.
You don't have a goalie?
No, we have a goalie. The other team doesn't.
Okay.
So if we don't find a goalie, we can't play.
Put your backup in.
He's like 5'5".
Yes.
So Cedarstrom's like 6'8".
2.03 meters, yes.
We want our guys shooting on a big boy.
Why?
Practice how you play.
What if he gets hurt?
He won't get hurt.
What if you get hurt?
Yes, thank you. Look, we won't touch him. We'll test him, but we won't touch him.
This would be a foolish decision.
You said you wanted a challenge.
Yes.
You said you gain nothing if you go home untested.
Yes.
Put the big boy in net, you'll get your test.
Your words, you won't run him.
This is so fucking embarrassing. You gonna play him or not?
Your words.
You got it.
In the Bulldogs dressing room, the players are all suited up. The 2 strippers still sitting on either side of Delaney.
Well, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're in the Sudbury 5 dressing room. The other team didn't bring a goalie, and there's 2 strippers here.
Delaney raises his hand to apologize, but Shoresy threatens him with bodily harm. He then proceeds to give the game plan, but is interrupted by a ringing phone belonging to one of the strippers. Delaney quickly grabs it, turns it off, and apologizes. Even more irritated, Shoresy delivers the game plan.
Let's put a ton of rubber on Cedarstrom. Want to see him going down, up, down, up, down, up all day.
I don't care if he's got an Olympic gold cock. He gets tired like the rest of us.
Yeah, wear him out. He'll start making mistakes.
Hit him with a ton of shots.
Yes, but under no circumstances do you hit him with your stick or your body. All right? No fucking digging out pucks, no shortcuts through the crease, no forechecking him hard when he's behind the net. Do not touch him. Not this game. Who said that?
Shoresy looks around the room trying to find out who dare interrupted his game plan. The Gyms speak up. It was Silvestri.
You said
I did.
Huh?
I said
Why'd you say
I might run him.
But I just said don't run him.
Still, I might run him.
But I just said don't run him.
Can't help myself. Sometimes it just happens.
Well, it's not as if it's fucking premature ejaculation.
I know sitting here right now I shouldn't, but put a hockey stick in my hand and I become a completely different person.
I'd argue, but the great one himself acknowledged people like you. To me, when I met him, Wayne Gretzky, a gentleman, as you'd expect. Now for the rest of you, use this game to play your roles. Do what you do best. You're going to have to do it your absolute best if we're going to beat the Euros. What do you think, Mo?
Keep it simple.
How do we do that, Dolo?
Kill some guys.
Goody?
Score some goals.
What do you think, Hitch?
Make sure they never forget who we are, boys.
Boys, we're going to have the Euros in the stands tonight.
It's
so shut the fuck up, Michaels. Let's make sure they know what they're in for next game. All right?
Yeah.
Let's show them who we are.
Yeah.
All right? Let's fucking go.
The team is pumped up and ready to take the ice, but Mo interrupts them. The ice isn't ready yet. Mo says the quote-unquote tractor hasn't even gone on yet. It's 5 to 6 a.m., but Kev doesn't get there until 6, so they still have a good 10 minutes. The team sits back down in their bench. Shoresy goes into the bathroom stalls and to assume his usual pregame position on the toilet. Scene 11, the players take the ice, set to the song Hot Ride by The Prodigy, and we finally get some hockey action. Cedarstrom looks like a giant in his net. The top of the net is at his waist. We see shot after shot at Cedarstrom. He's stopping everything. We see some big thundering hits by the Friesen brothers, while the only people in the stands are the 2 strippers, Mackie in the U, and Nat in management. Then we see Silvestri at the bench looking eager to get on for his next shift. He's got Cedarstrom in his sights looking a little crazy. Not at all stoic, if you ask me. He finally gets on the ice, sees Cedarstrom handling the puck behind his net, just begging to get run over. Silvestri smells blood and makes a beeline for the Euro goaltender with nothing but bad intentions, but he's cut off last minute by his own teammate, Gorgeous Gord Gallant, who steers him safely into the corner. The barrage of shots continue on Cedarstrom, but he continues to be a wall. Then Delaney gets caught dipsy-doodling in the zone and gets leveled by an Appledorn. This gets the Gyms and Palmer up on their feet at the bench. Next scene, there are 4 scraps. Palmer and the 3 Gyms take care of business. That's followed by more shots and more saves until finally Delaney gets one past the gassed Euro goaltender just as the game ends. Make the final. The no-show North Stars 1, the Appledorns 0. Next scene, cut back to Shoresy in Nat's office for a post-game talk.
Nail biter.
Barn burner.
Could only get one in on the Appledorns. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine.
Would love to give the hometown fans something to cheer for.
Quit whining. Get over it.
They were electric.
Who do you expect to come to a 6 a.m. game?
Someone.
An exhibition game.
1 or 2 people.
Really?
Yes, I expected 1 or 2. But no one. Just like that, we're history.
We won't be playing the EU here.
What?
Not at 6 a.m. or 10 p.m. That's for damn sure.
Then where?
I'll figure something out. Go home and get out of that stupid tracksuit.
It's iconic.
Put on something nice for the Sudbury 5 game.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Time to hold up your end of the bargain,
Not
coach.
tonight.
Come on.
The Sudbury 5 sounds like a fucking motel attached to a gas station.
Let's just get it over with.
Last scene, Shoresy, Nat, and the Sluts walk down the tunnel into the ring. Only now it's set up for basketball. The arena is half full. As the Bulldogs enter the arena, the fans notice them. Most of them still wearing Bulldogs gear. Everyone in the arena begins to cheer for the hockey team, including the basketball players. The Sluts are having a great time waving to the fans. Shoresy and Nat just stand there, taking it all in. Then Nat turns to Shoresy. She forgot to tell him. She found a venue for their game against the EU. Shoresy asks her which rink. Nat answers, an outdoor one. Shoresy cracks a smile, and we fade to black. All right, that is the episode. Now, for first impressions, Tanya, you're up first. What did you think of this episode?
Okay, there is a lot. There's a lot in this episode. I don't know how much how many scenes there were. 13? You have 13. Anyways, there's a lot to unpack. Oh my. Okay, so the premise of the episode, you know, they're looking for a place to play, and the 6 or 10 o'clock, the name word play, and then throw in a bunch of other building the storyline, basically, right? So it was funny. It's fun to see Shoresy and Liam and Corey. Again, I can't watch them without thinking about them running scenes with their own mothers. The best line definitely was all the toys up her ass, and she's an anal Fisher Price. Love that so much. That one actually had me laugh right out loud. So that was awesome. Nat's office, the warm up of the game, or sorry, the name. What are we calling it?
The Dutch names?
Yeah. It was like a teaser for what was to come. Mm-hmm. And so that, you know, I wanted to know if you looked up all the names.
Oh God, no. I didn't have time for that. I barely had time to write the script.
A reference to any of those names
It occurred to me, but I just didn't have any time. I'm hoping that somebody will say, I mean, they all seem like they could be Dutch names, but yeah, it was just the faster they got, the more impressive it was. I mean, it was just, yeah.
Well, the first one was just like the teaser for what was to come, mm-hmm. And then to really show how difficult those names were to say. Jory, with the kids report, having the 3 guys there, and their references of saying yes, and mm-hmm. You kind of wonder, do they know what they're saying yes to? Do they even understand English? Like, what is happening in this conversation? Shoresy wanting to do the bathroom, potty kiss. Yeah. You saw that coming. Like mm-hmm. when you saw the spitter cup go down and him go in behind them. And
I love Loa calling it out, going, that's psychotic. You were actually going to do that?
Yeah.
Like, that's psychotic.
Yeah. And I love Shoresy being so like, no, we're going to do that in here. We're mm-hmm. let's fight in here because you have less, I'm going
to get my ass kicked, and the fewer people who witness this, the better.
Or space to wind up and hit me.
Yeah.
Sudbury 5 reminded me of the Jackson 5. That was my.
I'm surprised they didn't go with that one.
That was the first
an
one.
angle too.
Like
That was the first one. That came
Sudbury
to mind.
5 sounds like a Motown group or something. Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah, that was.
But some of their jokes were great. Like it sounds like the bodies being pulled out of a lake and stuff. Like that's pretty funny shit.
Yeah. Laura Moore and Shoresy, and being in Laura's bedroom and her being on the phone with Ben, her son. That was interesting. That was definitely, a step in the direction of, him being and living together with her daughter, with her son.
It was interesting to see domestic Shoresy.
Yes. And that he wasn't in the mood. That was cute. That was fun. That it kind of shows their playfulness and
they still did it after, right? He was just playing with her.
Oh, he was being cute. And then the whole, okay, so we get into the game and the light blue tracksuits and sorry, that was we did the wordplay. That was where we went super fast. Really impressive, really amazing. I think just a tad bit long. Now I know that the reason why it goes long is to back, like it's like, okay, that's impressive. That's annoying. And then it's just funny.
Impressive again. Yeah.
And I think they go that distance.
Michelle in the live stream says, my best friend grew up with those Dutch farmers and confirmed the authenticity of those names. So there you go.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So that makes me makes me happy. I like that. Yeah. So I understand the need for that length, and definitely impressive that the actors can pull that off. I can't even talk that fast, let alone trying to tongue twist the names out.
You saw me try to pronounce one name in the script. Yeah.
Okay. So what I need help with in this episode was what the hell happened. I don't quite understand what happened with the whole game part. So what I don't understand is why, so they weren't playing the EU. This was a warm-up game against somebody else.
They had to practice how they play. Yes.
But they weren't playing the EU for it. They were playing
the Appledorns. They were playing another team with a bunch of big players to simulate.
Who are they? They're not the EU.
No, they're the one of the teams. One of the teams from the no-show from last year. I forget.
So it was a no-show team.
It was a no-show team, but it was that no-show team that had the 4 Dutch brothers that were
the big brothers.
The 8 Dutch brothers that were really big. So they want to simulate playing the EU.
So why was the EU there?
Because they wanted to watch the game. They wanted to see
but no one went to the game.
Market research.
They're scouting.
Yeah, they're just scouting.
But no one went to the game.
Yeah, but they were scouting. They're looking.
Okay,
well,
so
Shoresy did make a comment that he thought at least 2 people would come, right?
Well, the strippers
so they obviously had, of course. But they did talk about it.
Yeah.
They made it. So they had obviously talked about that this game was going to happen. So the EU was aware, and then they decided to show up to see what they were up against.
So why didn't the other team that didn't have a goalie go and ask Mackie for one of his goalies?
I mean,
why was it Shoresy?
They were the Appledorn team was just doing this as a favor to the North Stars, the no-show North Stars. So it wasn't up to them to get a goalie. They didn't care. They were just there to play,
Okay.
I mean,
it was shitty on steroids.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Don't overthink. Exactly.
Well, I got confused because I saw the EU guy and I was like, okay. And
You're
then
still overthinking it. Move on.
I was just trying to understand why.
They're just there to see. They're just there to see their opponents.
I thought it was an EU game that they were playing.
No, not yet.
Pick your battles, Tanya.
I didn't understand it. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what and then I couldn't figure out why he was asking if it's the other team. And I'm like, I saw Michael's. Why is he asking for a goalie? Michael's there and Michael's not
they're
hurt.
asking
Why
for the other team because they needed to play against a team that would look and play like the EU team.
I got it now.
Yeah. Because the title of this episode is Practice How You Play.
Yes. So this is the other thing. Is that how do we go from like wholesome Shoresy, he's coaching Jack on the first episode. And he's, now going to live with Laura. He's now, on the phone and, hi.
He's being stepdad Shore. Is what everyone,
but then where are the strippers? Like it's like two sides of it. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
They're complicated people, hockey players. Victor, what are your
Sum it up with that?
What are your initial thoughts, Victor?
Initial thoughts. I thought I was going to hate this episode after the first two scenes, right? So the cold open, didn't like it. And then we go right into old Shoresy classic with the chirps, which I'm happy that you found it funny, Tanya, but it's not that I was offended. I just don't find it funny. Like for me, it's like, let's move on. You've grown as a character. We don't need to go back to that. And I feel like it's almost tropey to just go back to it to keep, the OGs happy rather than it's actually adding anything to the storyline, because I feel like it doesn't. Maybe there was like one or two chirps that were actually funny, but most of it wasn't. And it was just like, okay, let's move on. So I wasn't really happy with that scene. And then I thought, okay, this is not going to be a great episode. But things quickly, went up from there. We go into the name game part 1, the amuse bouche, which was great. We have some great lines with the, April Lavigne, and that was funny. What's wrong with the tracksuit? Like, I don't understand why people don't like the tracksuit.
I think it looks good. I think it's classic or iconic.
Iconic, I believe is the word.
Iconic.
So I like the tracksuit. I hope he keeps it. Jory Jordan, the segment was super funny, but it's funny because they did start out a little bit interactive where they were kind of, saying, yeah. And then I feel like towards the last 4 questions or so, like there was 0 and it was just Jory speaking to himself.
Yeah.
So, but it was good. It was funny. It was well written. It was well delivered. But it was definitely a one-man monologue. In terms of, what was his name? Loic?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Loic to give away the room without even consulting with his team?
Well, he seems to be the captain of the submarine.
I know, but if your captain just gave the room away without, like, what kind of captain?
I don't think he permanently gave it away. I think he lent it to the hockey team. I think that's all he did.
Oh, you lent it. You're just making stuff up now. That's not what they were. That's not what the discussion.
Well, how would he give it away? There's no hockey team to give it to. They just need it for 2 games. That's it.
The whole thing is ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. Anyway,
I kind of liked Loic showing that, you know what, even though we're from 2 different kind of worlds, I'm trying to build a winning culture here, just like you, Shoresy.
He was a stand-up guy.
Yes.
That whole scene in the bathroom was good. It was well done. It was funny and stuff like that. It's just as a concept, like, who are you to give the room away, even for just 1 game? Like, who made you the boss? But
Same people who gave the room back to the basketball team in the beginning.
I guess so. Anyway, so then we get into the name game part 2, which was obviously very impressive, but I feel like it turned into a skills competition. It seems like a good idea, and then you actually watch it, and then you realize, why am I watching? I could be doing so many other things right now. So I feel like it was really good. It was super impressive, but it was a bit exhausting. And by the end of it, you kind of felt like they overstayed their welcome a little bit. But yeah, it was obviously super impressive. I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce a single one of those names correctly.
My God.
And all of them. I don't understand like how they did that. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it's the same way, like, people that can do the Michigan without even thinking twice. It's like, I can barely pick up a puck with my stick like that. Never mind twisting around with it. So, everybody's got their skills. It was pretty cool. The bedroom scene was really good. It was cute. It was, again, you see that growth, which again doesn't make sense with the whole chirping at the beginning. They introduced the son. I don't think we've heard from the son before.
Nope. I think that was our first time hearing Ben and Ben's voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we get to the Delaney.
I love that.
So if Delaney owes money to the strippers and they're not in a strip club, are they still strippers or are they hookers at that point? I'm not really sure what.
Well, unless they're offering up different services, I think they're still strippers.
Have you seen anybody ever leave a strip club with strippers on their arms?
I don't know. No, I haven't.
I'm just saying, if you've got two ladies on your arms and you owe them money and you're not in a strip club, are they still strippers?
No, they go from being strippers to being accounts receivable.
Oh, okay.
They're not allowed to leave them until they get paid.
All right. Well,
don't think too hard.
I know, right?
Weren't you just telling me not to think too hard?
Yes, but I'm not. I'm just
Thank
asking
you, Charlie.
questions. That's
Thank
all.
you, Charlie.
How's that petard taste?
I love it.
Anyway, I hope that that Shoresy keeps calling out Gretzky's name at least once in all the remaining episodes, just to trigger Al.
Yeah, whatever.
And the hockey action was fantastic, as expected.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the show here, and to give us some real hockey action and make it enjoyable and funny, and so that was great. So yeah, overall there was a lot more good than bad, and it was a good episode.
Okay. Let's see. We've gone over the cold open, so past that. I disagree. I think the whole Shoresy reffing scene was a return to form, and I loved it. There's some really great lines in there, and you know what? It's what introduced us to Shoresy in Letterkenny, because he would do it with Riley and Jonesy, and now he's doing it with Corey and Liam. So I have no problem with them, going back to that well every once in a while, as long as it's funny. And this one was funny. It probably had one of the best lines, the whole anal Fisher Price, but there were a few others in there too. And plus Corey and Liam got a few good lines in there too, on his age and how old he was, and how ridiculous it was that these old guys were going to play this EU team that basically ragdolled a bunch of Canadian pro players. Now the no-show North Stars are supposed to be the ones that are going to win. I don't know. Anyway, great. I love the Laura Moore scene. More of that, please. I thought the Dutch name game was hilarious. The faster it got, and you're right. Like it did go long, and you're right. At first, it's like, oh man, they're doing it again, and then by the end, it's like, oh my God, they're doing it again, and it's so impressive. I'd love to be a fly on that wall. I wonder if they had it like written in front of them or something, because man, it was just relentless. What else can I say about the hockey action was really great. I thought the Delaney thing was hilarious, especially having the strippers sitting in the dressing room and Shoresy calling it out, and him getting progressively annoyed, especially when he's trying to give his pep talk and the phone rings, and it's like, it's all great, and love having Mo there. Yes. I mean, this episode overall, after that week open, was pretty positive. Matt, what did you think?
So this was an episode of wordplay. Let's call it was. I was kind of up and down this when I reflect on it more. I like it more and more because I think when they're like, we need to do an episode. What's the concept? I don't know how the writing rooms start, but they're like, what's the concept for our episode? Our episode is we need to find a place to play. All right, now how do we build a story around that? And at one point they go, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go back to what we love doing and let's just have some fun. There was a lot of filler in this episode, and I wasn't mad at it, right? So we have the 2 times Dutch name rambles, which just got progressively better. And you called it right on. I think Aussie mentioned it in the live stream there, that it's one of those, it starts off funny, then you kind of get bored and you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then as it keeps going, I'm just dying and laughing again. And they did that a whole bunch in Letterkenny, and I always loved it. The Liam and Corey, again, like you said, Al, return to form. We need that once in a while to remind us of the roots of where this all comes from, and I'm not mad at that at all. And then you go a step further. The biggest like double entendre in the whole episode was right in front of us, and no one's even commented on, which is the Sudbury 5 dressing room, right? I don't know if anyone was paying attention, but the stalls, the bathroom stalls, had words written all over it.
Oh yeah,
those were very intentional, right? So let me read some of the words and connect them to performance in and out of the stall. So this isn't all of them, but here's a few samples. Focus, push, commit, destroy, concentrate, erupt, pain, maximize, and explode, right? Come on. That was right in front of our faces, and I couldn't fucking stop. I paused the whole thing, read every word on that door, and I was laughing the whole time thinking about exactly where they were. So kudos to whoever built that little scene out, because that was a fantastic one that I didn't want to go Goin scene. So yeah, a lot of wordplay. It was a lot of fun. One note: April Lavigne / Avril Lavigne, first celebrity crush over here. You know, I know that ages me and dates me a bit, but I absolutely had a poster of Miss Avril on my wall, and I loved it a little. So it's all good. The one thing I will say from away from the wordplay that I was disappointed that I think they could have taken a step further was the Sly Silvestri thing, right? So,
I love that part too.
Oh, no,
especially after interviewing him, like knowing that he's kind of that guy, right?
I loved the setup on that, you know, right down because I genuinely think Goody had the line of the whole episode. If anyone was paying attention, right after Sly did his little grunt, and then the Jims ratted him out, and then Goody just kind of mutters, "Jims are tattlers." Like I thought that was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But they made such a deal or note of calling that out that Sly was like not okay with that and that he probably wasn't going to listen. And I was watching the game, unless I missed it, there was really only one moment where they drew attention to that, where he was beelining it for the goalie, and then I think it was
Gallant
kind of pinned him up against him. They should have played that out more. They should have made it more obvious. Like they all should have been like tackling Sly at different moments, trying to keep him off the goalie. Or maybe it could have just been Gallant over and over and over again. But they made such a big deal of it to only have one sort of really quick cut, and then that was it. So
yeah, it would have been fun if they had done it a couple more times. You're right.
But they could have played with that a bit more.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I mean, I love the wordplay in this, and there was a lot of fun stuff going on throughout.
Our friend Michelle from up in Sudbury said she was at that Sudbury 5 game where the hockey players came out. So it must have been, they must have shot it during an actual game and got the crowd to cheer them as they came out. Cool. But yeah, she was at that game. Charlie, your initial impressions for this one.
Dude, bro. All right, so the impetus was the best hockey show ever put on television, right? We finally, episode 4, we finally get some hockey.
Yes.
Going back to the beginning part, this insane church league that they kind of keep dropping. I think this is like the boogeyman behind the boogeyman. Like, I really kind of hope that plays out to something, because the EU is seems to be no stakes really for putting this team together and everything else. But that church league, I've mentioned it a couple of times on the broadcast. So yes, anal Fisher Price that got my wife Al laughing out loud. That was the only laugh for the whole episode.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the well, and the Shoresy as a ref chirping, it's kind of the same stuff. There's no contrast, there's no flavor there. It's all the same kind of vanilla, and the same with Jory too. It's him bordering on mean and cruel.
I found that Jory segment not as funny as others. Like
right, like pick up a banana, answer banana. It's ringing off the hook back there or something. Yeah, Shoresy actually showing some self-actualization in the whole potty kiss scene. Realizing that he's going to get his ass kicked and everything else. That was good to see some the growth there. Yeah, and the definite stick tap for the episode would be the whole Dutch names progression. And I think the ladies kicked Jared's ass during that whole scene. They really put it to him. Tribe Called Quest, that had to cost some coin. Maybe they could have taken that and brought in another writer or something like that to brighten up some of these jokes.
And they finished off on a Prodigy song too. So we've now have 2 straight episodes where the music budget couldn't have been cheap. Maybe that's where the hockey budget went. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
But if you're making the best hockey show on TV, show me some hockey. Show me some hockey. Oh, and I forgot to mention again, Matt, fuck you for taking my whole scene push on the bathroom door.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you on that one too. I felt like we were connected on that. But
shit.
Wow. That one was on the door actually.
Yeah. Y'all are professionals. So of course you'd see it. Right. Who's going to wear the C for the no-show North Stars? Is it going to be Gallant because he's kind of corralling Silvestri? And,
yeah,
I totally agree with you, Matt. There, like he seems to be taking the point, and even the before meeting with the players on the stand.
Well, there's Gallant, but there's also Schnur. I think those two seem to be the elder statesmen on that old team, but they kind of take the leads.
Right. But it seems to be Gallant having that Jim 3 line saying, wait, can we, hear from the other people? So it seems like setting something up there. I'm kind of hoping. Maybe it was just me, but that 360-degree Steadicam shot seemed a little blurry and jumpy to me. I'm kind of. This is one of the things that I was wondering about when.
Oh, in the basketball game.
Yeah. Billy B, the DP, is no longer there. I wonder when he dropped off?
He dropped off a couple of seasons ago. I think after season 3, if I'm mistaken, 2 or 3. Yeah. So it kind of makes sense just because what we just found out from our friend Michelle, she was at that game. So that wasn't set up as a scene. It was more of they're going to come in and shoot it kind of guerrilla style, right? They're coming into an actual Sudbury 5 game and shooting that and taking advantage of the crowd that's already there and shooting that coverage. Right. So maybe that's why it was a little blurry or choppy because they don't have the time to set it up like they might have,
Yeah, and just tonally, it seems to be missing from his Billy's beautiful symmetrical shots and pulls and things. I curious what Matt has to think about kind of that and how the progression has come over the last.
Well, and is that a Billy thing, or is that there's no Tierney as well, right? So Tierney's gone and Billy's gone. So there's a bit of a change. We've noticed the change in tone. Yeah. There's more action scenes, fewer static scenes like they used to have.
Yeah. A lot more movement happening.
A lot more movement.
I think it started around season 3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that
when the Skeen brothers took over, right? And it was no longer Billy and Jacob. So
yeah. That's the other thing with the Skeen brothers directing. They're good at hockey shots because that's how they came up. As the coordinators, right? So when you have a show about hockey that's not including hockey shots, what are they left to do? I think it's suffered from that.
Okay,
so that's all I got.
All right, well, let's move on to ratings. And Tanya, we'll start with you. What rating would you give this episode?
I want to say, I want to make one more point.
Yeah.
So I love that they're playing hockey finally in this episode, but it would have been good. It would have been nice to see Shoresy and Mo as the coaches. Like, when you were just talking about them stopping them from taking out the goalie, it would have been nice to kind of pan over to the coaches and them like take him down. He's going for it or something. Something where we could have seen some banter on the bench. And because we keep on saying, Shoresy's not a coach yet, and he had the tracksuit on and the baby blues, and there's Mo, and he's been brought in. So it would have been nice to kind of had that in this episode as well. So I just wanted to make that point. I think overall this episode had a lot of growth and movement forward in the storyline. Shoresy in the bathroom scene, Charlie, I loved your point of him having that realization of why he was doing it, and that it's a crappy thing to, or not crappy. Sorry. It just kind of showed growth of his character, as you had pointed out. The fact that he also learned that it's not George, it's Jorge. Growth there. Laura Moore and Shoresy, her on the cell phone with Ben. We've got to hear Ben on the cell phone and Shoresy saying goodnight. So there's been a lot of growth forward, and now Nat's got a rank. And I like to, because the last episode we were, I think Victor, you and I were like, why are they attacking the basketball team? Like, it's not their fault. Like, this is ridiculous. And we've had some now closure on that they are good guys. They want help for the community, by the community sort of thing. And, they were at a game.
And they acknowledge that the Bulldogs have weight in that town and pull, because they want them to come in and let the fans know that the Sudbury Five are cool with them, or that they're cool with the Sudbury Five.
And to thank you, Michelle, for confirming that the names actually are relatable somehow to the community. So all of that, I'll give it a fresh.
Okay. Victor, what rating do you give this?
I'll try to keep it a little shorter. Never changed. I was kind of going back and forth on this one. Like, even though there were more kind of good parts than the parts that I wasn't happy with, I still wasn't sure if it was fresh or not. But, calling out, doing a shout out to Gretzky that one more time did topple it over for me into the fresh category. So we'll give it a fresh.
Spatula? God damn it. Okay. Victor.
Oh, you should have had a blue spatula tattoo
on my cast. All right. This one here is right on the border between clearance and fresh. I think it started off weak, but I think it grew stronger as the episode went. And actually probably the last 3/4 of the episode were really strong. So you know what? I'm giving it a fresh. Yeah. I'm just talked myself into it. It was a fun episode.
See, this is why I talk so long, Victor, is to pull him to the bright side.
And yeah, despite that cold open and despite the mention of the great ones, go ahead, Matt.
Fuck, you put all the pressure on me now. Yeah, you know what?
He was the only one who gave a fresh last week. What are you giving it this week?
Well, listen, you guys were wrong last week, but that's okay. I got over it. I don't. I'm actually surprised, to be honest, with all the reactions on this one, and like, not that there wasn't a lot to bite onto here. I'll get to the point. To me, it's a clearance. It's a high clearance.
Wow. Okay.
I did enjoy it. I think the opening and the slow starts were definitely got to me, and I think there was a couple gaps that kind of triggered me and whatever. But there was a lot of fun here, so it's nothing bad about it. I just, on the scale of where we've been looking, I think this one had some opportunities to really push that envelope a bit more and push it into the world of fresh. So I'm gonna ruin the unicorn, guys. I apologize.
I'm shocked by that, Matt.
Yeah, I know.
I trying to think. Have you ever been the unicorn killer? I don't know if you have. Like, that's
probably
that's usually
not.
Victor or me.
Well, I usually get yelled at for, like, Victor's usually yelling at you and I, Al, for just loving everything. But I'm trying to be a little more critical.
Good.
And this season's been a bit of a roller coaster for me in terms of how I'm feeling about each one. So I'm rewarding it where I really am connecting, and this one had some great moments, but I'm going to leave it in the clearance space.
Okay, Charlie.
Take it down, Matt. There's good meat on those bones. Okay. So I'm finally caught up on the podcast. It's over 20,000 minutes worth of listening to you folks.
I apologize.
So sorry.
We're so sorry.
That sounds exhausting.
My condolences.
Well,
wish I could give you that time back.
Doesn't that make us experts or something? What's the Malcolm Gladwell
does,
thing?
right? 10,000 times, you're good at something. So I don't think it was ever mentioned in the rating system. Yeah, fresh, clearance, compost, right? Compost is tomorrow's fresh, right? It's the fertilizer that grows the freshness, right?
Okay.
So, compost isn't all bad. It's all about perspective, right? And I had to kind of watch along. I was hoping for some persuasive arguments here otherwise. But as Al, you have said it yourself, Shoresy has really kind of set the bar high for what we expect. And this episode had just one audible laugh. And I really got to give it a compost. I didn't hear any really compelling argument to say that, it's just kind of like ho-hum, one note tonally, no harmony.
Interesting.
And I love Shoresy. Season 3, I was ready to, strap on the skates and go to battle with them.
Right.
But other than episode 1 of this season with, following the kid around and being a mentor to the kid, what do we got? I'm hoping for better to come. So today's compost, hopefully tomorrow's fresh produce.
Wow, that's okay. I'm trying to think of if we ever had a guest.
I respect.
No, I respect it too. I'm trying to think if we've ever had a guest panelist that's been more negative on this than any one of the four of us. So
not negative, factual.
Yeah.
Listen, I was coming in at a clearance.
I was too. I talked myself up to a fresh, but that's fine. That's fine.
I did because
I gave it a fresh just because of Al.
But we knew that was going to happen, Victor. It could have big steaming pile of it. It would have been a fresh, yes.
All right. Well, that's amazing. Look, I like differing opinions here, so appreciate that, Charlie. Now let's move on to MVP. Tanya, who do you give the MVP to here?
Oh gosh, that's hard. I hadn't thought that far ahead.
What you thinking, Charlie? You're getting some support in the live chat.
Tanya, you're not supposed to think of it at the last second.
I know. I know.
That's what I appreciate it's about Tanya.
I was engaged in the conversation. I'm going to give it to Nat for finding a rink.
Okay, not for finding a rink.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we haven't
seen an outdoor rink.
An outdoor rink.
Outdoor rinks are always so much funner.
Yeah. Well, how about you, Nat, for just making Shoresy smile for the first time in the entire episode, except for when he was giggling to Laura Moore. But other than that,
I'm pretty sure there was a smile on it.
He was pretty depressed throughout the whole episode. Victor, who do you give the MVP to?
Well, so the real reason I gave this episode a fresh is because I felt like the real humor.
So help me God, if you say Gretzky, I'm going to.
I was going to say
I'm going to fire you.
There wasn't anything funny about the Gretzky scene. It was just it was just a reference. What's funny is your reaction to it. So I'll give that a finish every day of the week. But anyway, it's the Sudbury Five. Mm-hmm. The Sudbury Five humor.
Oh, okay. The jokes.
Yeah. They referenced it throughout the episode, and it was funny every time.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
They played well off that one.
Yeah. It was funny. It was relatable, and I really enjoyed it. That's the only time I laughed out loud during this episode is during the Sudbury Five jokes. So yeah. MVP to the writing team for coming up with that.
All right. Mine's easy. It's the highlight. Everyone here's talked about the highlight of this episode being the whole Dutch name wordplay or whatever. I'm giving it to Nat, Megan, Zieg because I thought they did it. I mean, Shoresy did it too, but it was like the slow round. When they did it, they just kept getting progressively faster. So I'm going to give it to Nat and management. I thought they did a really great job in that scene. Matt.
My runner-up is Goody for the Jims or Tattlers because that just absolutely killed for me. I think, his contribution. You know, you what I always say, I find a way to contribute, and Goody just contributed huge with those 3 words. But no, I'm with you, Al. But I'm going to go specifically Meeg. So Kehlani Rose. I thought her delivery of those Dutch names specifically, they gave her a lot of content in that scene.
Yeah.
I think the bulk were her and Shoresy, and then of course Nat and Zeke contributed some lines as well, but she just got progressively better throughout that and didn't miss a beat. So I really loved it. So it's to me.
Okay. And Charlie, your MVP.
All right. It was alluded to earlier in the podcast here. My MVP is going to go to Danny Ellis for the push graphic on the shitter door. Because sweet Jesus.
There you go.
Sort of a metaphor for the episode, in my opinion.
All right. Let's move on to, let's do one of these.
Questionable call.
And we have one questionable call this week. Guess who?
Hey guys, it's your buddy Jeff from Maine. Sorry I missed last week. I fell down a Tryon Hall wormhole and was down and out for a week. But a shout out to Hank from Wisconsin. What a beauty. If anyone deserves his own segment, it's that guy. And me. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you, Canada. You know I love you and all, but just where do you get off making an announcement like the one I read last week? How dare you? There are times in my life where I felt betrayed, like in the aftermath of the December 2nd, 1987 WCW Bunkhouse Stampede Battle Royal, when the Four Horsemen turned on then heel Lex Luger. Or February 11th, 1996 at WCW Super Brawl 6 when Miss Elizabeth turned heel on Macho Man Randy Savage.
I remember that one.
Or March 23rd, 1997 at WrestleMania 13 when Bret Hart turned heel on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Or the next day, March 24th, 1997, when my college girlfriend Jessica turned heel on me because she didn't want to watch any more wrestling pay-per-views. But this time, Canada, I was stunned. Where do you get off? I can't believe how selfish y'all are. Can't you share stuff with the rest of the world like a true civilized society? No, you've got to keep it all locked away north of the border, hoarding it all for yourselves. Of course, I'm talking about Chapman's new pecan butter tart premium ice cream. Luscious butter tart flavored. That's flavored with a U because y'all are more sophisticated than we are here in the States.
Damn straight.
Ice cream with gentle hints of maple. Filled with praline pecans. And pieces of buttery sugar cookies. It's just too beautiful. I gotta go, guys. I'm getting an ice cream headache just thinking about it. New Brunswick, I'm visiting next week. Y'all better have some Chapmans available. Please. Peace and love, y'all.
All right, thanks.
Oh, we got to submit that to Chapman's.
For
That was absolutely beautiful.
a well-researched.
Maybe we'll send him a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
There you go.
Play your cards
Well
right,
done.
Jeff.
Well
We'll
done,
ship
Jeff.
it across the border. Oh, we'll ship it drone style. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get there.
I'm sure
Any drones across the border are going to get shut down.
Shut down.
I'm sure that's going to go really well.
I have one listener comment here from somebody on Facebook. Sorry, guys. I think you've all missed the point with the Gretzky appearance, and I have to side with Victor here. The guy is a legend and a Canadian icon. Let's not let politics, religion, orientation, or other things outside of this get in the way of the impact of this episode. On the other side of the world, where most of our land is desert, my son screamed with excitement to see Gretzky on Shoresy. That is the impact of this scene, not anything to do with politics or who he plays golf with or whatever. I don't care about that stuff, and I think you are all overthinking, overanalyzing, and making something out of nothing. That scene, and even when he calls his brother and dad, was so relatable to me, and probably anyone who has idolized a sporting or an athlete, I'm thinking. Here. That's from Paulo on Facebook. Thank you, Paulo, for the comment, and Victor agrees with you. So there you go. It was well written, and we appreciate you listening and taking the time to comment.
And so do many, 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 many other people, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I did respond and say thank you for listening, and then he said, "All good. We're coming from two different perspectives, so I get it." This is Paulo again. I don't live in Canada, so it's different, and there you go. So that does make a difference. Anyway. We move on to final comments, I guess, and we start with Tanya.
Hi. Charlie, it was absolutely a pleasure having you go through your thoughts, and I'm sorry that Matt stole some of your thunder. The fact that that was shameful, Matt. Don't be proud of that. It was great having you here, and thank you for sharing all your insights. Victor, I can't wait to see your plane and how far you're able to get next week. And again, we need a perspective shot on what the size of that is.
Plank for scale.
Will do.
And your bathroom, Matt, good luck. We'll have bathroom wars, Matt. Let's see who gets theirs done first.
I'm using the backyard from now on.
Shoresy will win the bathroom wars.
All right, Victor, you're up.
Oh man, Charlie, it was awesome having you. We haven't seen such courage since May 17th, 1993 in the city, when Wendell Clark came to the defense of our captain at that time, Dougie Gilmore, and fought Marty McSorley in game one of the conference final. We've yet to see such courage on this team since that day, unfortunately. But anyway, I digress. Yes, the courage. So you're giving a compost on your first outing. You know what? You're a gentleman and a scholar, and you think for yourself. You articulated your thoughts well. You were a fantastic guest, and it would be awesome to have you back so we can talk about your aeronautic engineering background a little more and discuss the wonders of flight. Anyway, yeah, awesome having you. Thank you so much. And this was a great discussion today.
Charlie, well done. Thank you so much for coming out today. You did an amazing job. You represented
Massachusetts
perfectly. You should be proud. And yeah, it was, thank you for being a patron. Thank you for joining the Discord and being a lively member of it. We appreciate that. And great job. Hope to have you back. Matt.
I think Charlie, you just got the most passionate reaction for a guest ever from Victor. So that's something to be
all you have to do is come on the podcast and give a freaking
right?
It apparently.
Compost and talk aeronautics,
yeah.
and you've got him.
Yeah.
If you were wearing a hippo shirt, he would have been in love already.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing. But no, you did great, man. Thanks so much for coming. I appreciate your perspective. I do got to give a shout out for your profession and what you do. Nothing but love and respect for that. My mom is an RN. I have many RNs in my very close circle. Especially the last 5 or 6 years, especially what you guys deal with on a daily basis. Nothing but respect and appreciation for that. So amazing work. And thanks for coming out, man.
And Charlie.
Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on. Yeah, we vote with our dollars, right? So spend the dollars where they actually matter. Over 20,000 minutes of content. It's completely worth it. So there it is. Tanya, thank you for your contrasting opinions. Shows don't work if there's not contrast. Yes. Looking at you, Victor, there was famously from the Drew Carey show, the first season, it didn't have a nemesis for Drew Carey. It didn't work. The show didn't work. But as soon as you put a contrasting opinion in there or views, the two sides have something to work forward and tell the story. And that's what I've appreciated about you folks. Matt, thank you. I appreciate your giggles and laughing right along. It's exactly as how I pictured it in my head. It was more than 20,000 minutes laughing at the stupidest shit.
That's Matt.
Perfect.
Matt.
What I bring to this.
You absolutely do. And that's your role, man. Know your role. You do it so well.
Yes.
And, it's a team effort. And I appreciate just being a tiny little part of this whole team and community. It's really something that y'all have got going here. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right, I'm going to play us off here with a song from this episode, Hot Ride by The Prodigy. And that's all we have for this episode. Next week, we review episode 5 of Shoresy, 5 Total Buy-In with our buddy Jack from the Dark Passengers podcast. Until then, if you'd like to support the podcast, become a patron or tell a friend. Also, follow us on Blue Sky at produceandpod.com. Thank you for joining us. Now we're going to the after party with our buddy Charlie and the rest of the D-Gens. On behalf of Charlie, Tanya, Matt, Victor, and myself, thank you for listening and have a great week.